Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. Hope you're all doing great. Hope you're having a great weekend so far. And welcome to this new Bitcoin update this Sunday. It's been relatively quiet. I would say the price action yesterday was quite constructive, but as I always, as I always say as well. But as I said yesterday as well, like normally in the weekend you get volume with, or you get price action with low volume. Which means that, it's a real price action, of course, but the amount of seriousness, or at least the amount of conviction that's in the price action is always lower. So that is something we need to be aware of, and we'll evaluate the price action for Bitcoin in the last 24 hours in a moment. We'll talk a little bit about economic data as well, and I try to load up the total volume if I can, because the total volume in the markets in the last 24 hours is obviously, after a week like last week, still quite high. It's at $35 billion right now for Bitcoin. That's not bad. And high volume, although every time there's a reversal, volume is obviously also quite high, but in this case, the high volume in combination with the Coinbase Bitcoin premium we still have, and how you want to look, you can spin it however you want. And obviously last week we had some increased tensions, which also caused a little bit of a pullback in the equity markets. But the equity markets, if you look at them just point blank, are also still trending upwards, right? So fundamentally, I have to be a little bit optimistic about Bitcoin, but I do want to stress that is absolutely not reflected yet in the price. Yes, on the higher time frames, sure, right? On the higher time frames, it is reflected, especially, well, at least from the daily trends upwards. We are still in an uptrend, right? And that's just factually true. However, on the lower time frames, and we already spoke about this on Thursday last week, we have lost the uptrend, and we need quite a lot of strength, and we need quite a lot of momentum. Something we have not seen last week, for example. But we need quite a lot of strength to get back into some sort of an uptrend. And I would say it's most likely, but I said this yesterday or Friday as well, I would say it's most likely that we'll get into some sort of a range here. And then this level right here at 112, at least for now, is the local top, right? This all-time high. I think it's going to hold for some time, unless we get some very, very serious strength. But like I said, I don't really see any indication of that strength at this point of time. Now, could that come? Certainly, and I'll try to be the first to tell you when I actually do see an indication of that. We had those FTX repayments coming in, off of which most tomorrow. So that's definitely going to do something with the markets. But who knows what, right? And for now, when we're talking about Bitcoin, we'll take a look at the economic calendar in a moment. It's I'm a little bit it's going to be a little bit late in the video. I kind of forgot it, but no. If we're talking about Bitcoin, my analysis is still exactly the same as what I said yesterday, and that is that we have this crucial level at 105,000, which was the point of control back in January and February, when the price was kind of in the same areas, rotating. And then the other crucial level is the point of control of the range we made right here at the beginning until the middle of May at 103,500. And I need to see a confirmation of either a breakout above 105,000 or a breakdown below 103,500 to get a real bias. I would say, given the fundamentals, it's just really 50-50. And I hate to say that, because obviously you come to these videos to get some sort of a bias, a prediction. But no, the fundamentals are pointing me upwards a little bit. But then again, there is still quite a lot of instability regarding the fundamentals. And technically, I would say it's most likely, or at least I would say it's better to expect that we're going to drop down a little bit lower. So for now, just keep your eyes on 105,000 and 103,500. If I see some sort of indication that we're going to break the former or the latter, I'll be the first to tell you. But for now, I'm going to have to leave you quite neutral. Now, talking about next week, we do have some important economic data. On Monday, we have the PMI, all right, the global manufacturing PMI and the ISM manufacturing PMI. That matters. Will it make the markets move on the short term? Probably not. We also have JOLTS job openings. And then on Wednesday, we have other PMI data. On Thursday, we have balance of trade and initial jobless claims. And then on Friday, which is going to be the most important day. We have unemployment rate and non-farm payrolls. So yeah, I'll keep you updated on that throughout the week. But for now, that's, I think, what you need to know. So thank you for watching. I'll see you all in my next videos, and bye.